Today's video is sponsored by Skittles. Taste the rainbow. Just kidding. I wish it were though. Oh, we're starting.
They're starting.
Wait. I can't stop eating Skittles. Okay. Hi, fiance.
Hey, fiance, what's up?
I've got Skittles. I can't start yet.
No, of course not. Can't start until the Skittles are done.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we have a fiance here. He's actually my ex-boyfriend, so.
Ex-boyfriend, no longer boyfriend. Fiance.
Hi, fiance.
It's crazy to say. Hey, fiance. We've been saying that way, not too much, but.
No, not enough. Like the title suggests, today we are answering all of your questions on the engagement, the whole process, behind the scenes stuff that I probably don't even know yet, and just your questions. So we're just gonna get right into it. We've got about 50 questions to go through. We're not gonna go through all of them because there are a lot of duplicates. All right, your ring is to die for. Thanks.
We'll talk about the ring later.
Erica Spitsta, congratulations. The video made me tear up. Taz, how long were you planning this? And Yami, is this at all how you envisioned it to be? Okay, so no, I'm not kidding when I say that I don't really know what I want for my wedding. I didn't really know what I wanted for an engagement. Like, I always look at engagements on Instagram. Like, I never did it like on purpose, but they would pop up and it'd be so sweet and so romantic, and I loved every single one of them, but I never ever in my life thought about like how I wanted it to be done. I know some girls that like, I want it like this, and they pretty much planned their entire engagement. I mean, for me, I like to be surprised and like blown away out of like, or out of left field is what I'm trying to say. Like, I didn't want to know, and it was perfect. The whole thing was perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. So to my part of the question, I was planning this basically since we got back from Mexico end of April.
But the proposal though, like the actual proposal, you did, because you had the ring.
Yeah, I got the ring right the day, couple days we got back from Mexico.
Yeah, so when did you buy the ring? Or like plan the, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, like I had purchased the ring or started like put down the deposit and everything about 2 weeks before Mexico.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That was a fast turnaround time.
Maybe 3 weeks, something. It was really quick. So after I got the ring, then I really started planning the day with, you know, putting together the group chat with all of our friends and going from the brunch to how the day was like gonna be unfold. And things just kind of came into my mind, like we were talking about the voice lessons, and I was like, oh, that'd be really cool. And so I reached out to a voice coach, and we put that together. Like, that was probably one of the last things that got put together. And then reaching out to her family, kind of coordinating when they would come in and where they would stay and what we're gonna do and where we're gonna hold the party at the end of the day. That changed 4 or 5 times. It was originally gonna be at like this big Airbnb penthouse suite.
Oh, that's fun.
But a lot of the Airbnbs that would hold the amount of people didn't allow events, like big, like 4 or 5 bedroom, you know, high-rise apartments. They wouldn't allow events, and then the ones that did allow events just weren't really, you know, what I was looking for. So I was planning the actual proposal day, probably for 3 months.
Angeline Bridges asked, where did he get the ring from?
I actually got it from a guy in New Hampshire, from Bellman Jewelers.
Brielle Karen, maybe? Where will you have your wedding? And do you plan on having the works like a bridal shower, bachelorette parties? Congrats on the engagement. I'm a new follower and I adore you too. Thanks. So we have no idea where we want the wedding. I think originally off the bat we said a destination wedding because we enjoy traveling. We have family literally everywhere, and it'd be nice to just have it be a vacation for our family and friends. Now, the more I think about it, or the more we think about it, we don't want a beach wedding.
No, I don't want to be on a beach.
I don't want to be on the sand. And all the destination weddings are like pretty much Mexico, Caribbean, whatever. So I don't know. We're kind of thinking about everything as an option right now. Right. So
mountaintops, deserts.
Yeah.
You name it.
We just want a beautiful backdrop.
Forest, the redwoods in California, like we don't know.
Utah,
Pinterest,
Arizona,
really
yeah.
It's difficult.
And do you plan on having the works? Okay, I do want to enjoy the whole process of being engaged, so I personally do want a bridal shower. I actually want to do a couple shower, and that's it, right? Bachelorette probably, yeah, but I wouldn't have like the common bachelorette party. Like, I don't want penis balloons, I don't want penis whistles, I don't want to go to a strip club, I don't want to get wasted.
Like,
so
when I planned my cousin's bachelor party, we went whitewater rafting. I think that'd be really cool. Like, to just do something like guys.
Yeah. Kathleen Francisco, when's the wedding? Can I come? At one point on your birthday, did you realize Taz was about to propose? P.S. I love you and your ring. Your ring is so beautiful. Thank you.
Everybody loves the ring.
I know the ring.
Can't wait to talk about it.
I know. Okay, so what was the question? When's the wedding? We don't have a date yet. We're thinking about a year, but no date set just yet. And at what point did I know he was proposing or think he was proposing. So, in the video, I talked about my friend Bianca. And Bianca and I met maybe like 2 months ago, and it's kind of crazy how similar our lives are. Like, she owns a clothing line, I own a clothing line, we're about the same age, I'm a little older. We're both starting out in our clothing line. Like, it's very simultaneous. She's been with her boyfriend or fiance now, she's engaged, by the way. She's been with him for 3 years, I've been with Taz for about 5. So we're in long, committed relationships, like everything's kind of similar. So when we met, we started hanging out, and I don't know how, I think I might have asked her if her boyfriend was going to propose or if they've spoken about it, and that's when everything kind of just, we opened Pandora's box. So she was saying how they've been talking for a long time and she was expecting it any minute, and her birthday is June 17th. So she's like, I think he might propose on my birthday. And then that planted the seed in me. I was like, maybe he's proposing. I'm lying. I actually told Taz that I thought he was going to propose on his birthday in Mexico. Like, how cute would that have been? Like, make me the happiest man on my birthday.
I want more gifts. Be my wife.
Oh, that'd be so cute. So I was thinking he might have done it on his birthday, but he also didn't know that we were going to Mexico, so it was just my head playing a bunch of tricks on me. And so then, talking with Bianca, that heightened everything, and I obviously tell Taz everything, so I told him about the whole Bianca conversation. I remember we were going to bed one night, like maybe 3 weeks before my birthday, 4 weeks, and he's like, what did you say? You're like,
So her friend, Bianca, is always let down when it doesn't happen. She'd get like really sad because she worked herself up. And I didn't want that to happen to her. Lo and behold, I was going to propose, and I knew it at this point. But I was like, babe, I don't want you to be sad on your birthday, like when we're going to bed on the night of your birthday and I haven't proposed yet. So I'm telling you straight up, I'm not proposing on your birthday. And she kind of got sad. But I kind of like I wanted to get it out of her head so she wasn't expecting it.
Yeah, he did good. Because I always find out everything. And I didn't. Oh, but hold on. To answer the question. Sorry, we're going off like in tangents. So I told Bianca that. She was like, oh, maybe whatever. You never know. Maybe he's trying to like trick you. And I'm like, yeah, maybe he's trying to trick me. And every time I would bring up the engagement or Bianca get engaged, she kind of like rolls her eyes or like be a guy about it is all I can say. Like stop talking about it. Yeah. And then on my birthday, I got the perfume for the first gift and I loved it. And then I knew there were surprises, but he had already said like time and time again that it wasn't happening, so I kind of just like let it go. And then I told him when we were leaving the apartment to go to dinner, I like scanned his outfit to see if there was like a box.
Ring box.
Like a ring box.
For silhouettes or like imprints.
Like the outline, and there was nothing there, so I was like, oh crap, it's really not happening. And then at dinner, what did you say? Oh, I think I said something like that, or like, and he's like, "What you need to stop."
What are you doing? Like you're gonna make yourself sad.
Yeah. And then I actually just knew. Even when we got to the park, I didn't know he was doing. I didn't even like put 2 and 2 together that our picnic set was. Like I didn't. I just thought I was like, oh, what a nice way to end the night or whatever.
But when did you know? Like the question is, when did you know I was gonna do it?
Well,
until we stood up.
Not
even
even
when we were dancing.
When we were dancing, and then when he started like fumbling his words, I was like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah, it was definitely that point because there was no other reason for her to know until like I started getting a little deeper and like fumbling. Because
he always says,
here's to many more years.
Oh yes, I think so. Every time we say like here's to many more years or whatever, Taz always says, if you'll have me.
If you'll put up with me or like
if you'll put up with me. So that's also, he said that and I was like, okay, nothing's changed. So
I was trying so hard to make it like normal, just like chilling, but it wasn't until I started fumbling over my words that you realized.
Yeah. And I was like, what? But it was perfect. She equips herself. It's so pretty. Thanks. Any traditional elements either of you will incorporate from your families. Haven't even gotten that far.
Like traditions?
Yeah. I don't think so. Like unless I don't know. Yeah. Haley Devlin wedding. Oh, she's a wedding coach. Have you started thinking about your wedding concept yet?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
I don't know that I would call it a concept.
No, it's more like a theme.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's interchangeable, but yeah.
Janie Gamboa. Hey Yami, I'm really excited for your wedding. I'm also engaged. Do you have any advice on the first steps to take when preparing a wedding? Congratulations. That's super exciting. But it's funny because For those of you that don't know, I actually used to plan weddings in Miami, like big old weddings. The other day, yesterday maybe, I was like, how do I not know how to plan a wedding? I used to plan weddings, and it's like I can do it for somebody else, but I can't for me. I think I would start with your budget, figuring out where you want to have it, and the date. And then from there you can go out for vendors and all that good stuff. Oh my god, hire my company for your DJ services so I have a reason to meet you in Texas. Please, please, please. Oh, that's funny.
I don't know, are we gonna have a DJ or a band?
Probably a band.
I think a band would be fun.
Yeah. But I mean,
Different
I don't
destination.
know.
Again, so many different factors.
That's the thing, with a
certain
destination
things.
wedding, you have to have like what a resort wants, unless it's like a la carte, which is what I would really want, because I don't want like...
To use exactly what they
Yeah.
provide.
It's al arellano. There we go. How long have you talked about marriage? Did you know it was coming? And did Taz talk to your parents before? We've talked about marriage for the last 5 years. Like, since day one, probably. Maybe day two.
No, I think realistically it was probably like 4 years.
Yeah, but I think we might have mentioned it to each other like 4 months in. It all happened very fast. Did you know it was coming? I knew it was coming, just not when. Like, we've talked about it forever, so I didn't know. And I know that he's the one I want to marry, so...
Did I talk to her parents? Yes, I did. I kind of freaked out her dad because I texted him first.
So my dad was in DR, my mom was in Miami.
So I texted him and was like, hey, do you have a minute to FaceTime? I really need to talk to you about something. And immediately you can tell like what the response is. Yes, that's fine. Is everything okay? How's Yami? Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yeah, everything's fine. I just have to talk to you. And he reacts very strongly to a lot of things. And so obviously I knew where his mind was going, like something was wrong. But so I FaceTimed him, and we had seen him in Miami a month before, I think, very shortly beforehand. And I didn't get a chance to ask him there because there was a lot going on, and we didn't get any time to have any time alone. And so I was like, I really wanted to ask you this in person, but you know, this is what I got right now. And so I was wondering if I can marry your daughter. And then he instantly started crying, and he was like, you freaked me out. Why'd you do that? And so I asked him, and then I called her mom right after. I talked to her about it, and she was very excited. And then I texted her brothers. At that point, I was already talking to my parents about coming here as well. So they already kind of had an idea. But
Cat773, where will the wedding take place? Your hometown. Phrase Fitness, hometown. Texas, big or small intimate wedding. How did all your friends at dinner keep it a secret from you? Did they know? Congratulations. So, wedding, we still don't know where it's taking place.
Sure.
For all we know, it could be in Texas. It could be in New Hampshire, because those are all very woodsy places. It won't take place in Miami. I think ideally, I would, like, if it was, like, my dream, I would get married...
Greece.
No. I would get married in New York City, in Bryant Park, under a tent. Because that's where we would always hang out in the beginning of our relationship. That's where he actually said, I love you. So that place, Bryant Park, has a very, very special meaning to me. I mean, I guess us, but for me. And I have always envisioned like renting out the park, having a giant tent, like a clear tent so you can see the stars. But unfortunately, New York City does not rent out Bryant Park. And if they would, it was going to be probably real expensive.
Mucho dinero.
Big or small?
Probably on the smaller side.
Yeah.
I would imagine.
Yeah.
Family, close friends.
Yeah. And how did all your friends at dinner keep it a secret? Bro, I
They just
have
didn't
no
say a
idea.
word.
Everyone
I was
did
like,
so
if you
good.
say it, I will cut you. And so everybody at brunch knew. Earlier in the day, everybody knew. Everybody.
It was crazy.
I don't know how they kept it a secret, but they did.
Who will be your maid of honor and best men? Oh, sorry, that's Smo and Baby. I don't have any friends, so do you want to be...
This is gonna be like the reverse I love you man. We gotta find friends for her.
But anyway, you've got 6 bridesmaids and a maid of honor. It's gonna be a little weird if we're walking down the aisle alone.
So who's gonna be his best man? I have no idea.
I gotta get some fucking friends.
Wow, that's awkward.
That's
Okay.
definitely how it's gonna go down. My best man is gonna be my cousin, for sure.
You haven't even asked him yet.
I haven't, but he doesn't get to say no.
I know, but what if he watches my videos? That's how you ask him? Through my video?
Peter, you want to be my best man? Thank you.
Natalie Annie asked, did Taz have a plan B if the first plan didn't work out?
I did have a backup plan.
I think we used a backup plan, no? For the picnic? What did
Oh,
you
that
say?
was like if it was like downpouring and I wasn't able to do it, I would have done it with everybody. At the like little party afterwards, after we saw our parents, after everything, I would have done it there. But ideally, I wanted to do it just us.
Emma, when were you the most nervous for both Yami and Taz to answer? I was most nervous when he started fumbling his words, and I was like, is he really doing this right now? Is he really doing this right now?
I was most nervous. Basically, it got worse after dinner and leading up to it. It would just like continue. I was like, this is really happening right now. And then the clouds started coming in. It was raining, and then the original park was closed that I was supposed to do it in. So the guys I had setting up the picnic and the photographer, they were absolute ninjas and lifesavers, and they picked another spot and they put it together.
Michiko 2.0. Was there a specific moment when Taz knew he wanted to marry you, or was it just something that he always had felt was right or naturally grew?
Yes.
Which one?
It was like when we had first met, she had a boyfriend. And so I wasn't thinking marriage at the time. I was like, oh, I'm going to marry that girl. But it did grow over time. Like, it grew very fast, and it did grow stronger over time. But there was a point where I was like, this is it. I think it was sitting on the train, waiting for the train, when we talked about like going to church, actually. I think that might have been it, if I had to pick a point. Yeah.
No. Okay. I can't see the questions. The tears. Ale asks, how hard was it for Phrase Fitness to 1, plan the whole thing out, and 2, keep it a secret from you?
It was very difficult to plan everything out because 1, getting everybody involved, 2, keeping it a secret. Like, with everybody involved, with her family who all has big mouths, my family who all has big mouths, and then
all our friends.
20, 25 people who were in this Instagram chat. Not all of them could make it, but still, like, that information flying around could get screenshotted, could get put anywhere. So, like, that's a risk that you run when you involve that many people. So it was pretty hard to plan it in that regards, and making sure, you know, the venues were right and the places we were having brunch. And I went to like 3 brunch spots because I wanted to go someplace we hadn't been before, but the places we hadn't been before couldn't hold a group that we were going to be with. And then so things like that. There was just so many different moving parts that was tough to account for. And then keeping it a secret was so hard as well. There were times where, because we were talking about getting Bleeker's haircut, our dog, and there was almost times where I slipped and was like, oh yeah, you gotta look good for grandma and grandpa, like our parents. And but she didn't know they were coming to town, so I couldn't say that. I was like, oh, so you, and I just, and so it was tough.
And I'm gonna say Taz did an amazing job keeping it a surprise, because he can never, he'll always be, I don't even know, I can't think, and then I'll be like, what are you doing for my birthday or something, and he'll be like, do you really want to know? And he'll tell me. I'm like, why did you just do that? Why? Have you expected it, or were you totally surprised? I was totally surprised by the actual engagement. I knew it was coming at some point, but
not on that day, not like, yeah.
Ashley Toshfit, do either of you feel any differently now that you're officially engaged? Obviously, you're over the moon excited, starting planning, etc. But does being engaged make you feel any differently on the inside or towards each other? Congratulations. So dang excited and happy for the both of you.
Yes.
So, I mean, so we spent the night at, what's the name of the place? Four Seasons. And we came home the day after. And then that night, I couldn't sleep. So I woke up at like 6 in the morning. And my ring was obviously still on. And he sleeps to my left. So I just put my hand on his chest and I just looked at the ring. And I saw him and I like fell in love with him all over. Like, I'm crying.
Oh yeah, there's definitely like something, instead of just like a girlfriend, like Beyonce. It's just like, you can't explain it. You really can't.
Yeah.
Right? But it's a whole nother level of like.
I think I'm like, ooh, I just put tears on my face. I think I don't know how to explain it, but when someone asks you to marry them, like the guy to the girl or whatever, this guy is choosing. Like, he wants to be with me for the rest of his life. And that's like a pretty big deal. Like, I am not the easiest person in the world. Bleeker just fell. And so, oh my God, why am I so emotional? And so, yeah. It's just, I don't know.
Yeah, there's definitely a different feeling now with relationship, and it's not a bad one. It's a great feeling.
Yeah, and now we're like joke about it. Like, I feel more mature.
Right. Yeah.
More mature.
It's like now it's like you're not just, again, this, as weird as it is, it signifies like being more committed and more. I don't know if mature is the right word, but that's
I know, but that's like we're just being funny.
It's like we kind of have our life together.
But let's be honest, not really. Lucy B Fitness, does it still feel real that you're engaged? I feel like I would look at my ring every day and be like, is this real life? So happy for you guys. I still do
She does
that.
that every day.
Like, you guys.
And I'll be sitting there like, what is this? What is this?
So no, it does not
Yeah,
feel real. Mary Terry 73, 2019 or 2020 destination wedding? Definitely 2020.
At least 2020.
Yeah, I want to ride this out.
2019 is halfway over, so there's no way we're gonna
That's
be
true.
doing
I mean, you
that.
probably could, but I'm not in any rush
No.
to like have a wedding. There's so many things going on right now, and let's be honest, weddings are expensive, even if you do a destination wedding. So we don't really know what we want to do with the wedding or how big or whatever, but we do want to be smart about it.
Yep.
Because we do want to buy a house eventually and just, get our life together. So,
Yep.
And for the final questions, everyone's asking about the ring, what it is, how he picked it out, if they can have it. So this ring, if you guys haven't noticed yet on my channel, I like to be different. Like, I don't like to do what everyone's doing. I like to just be different. So I also did not know what kind of ring I wanted until I saw this ring. So I didn't want like a traditional diamond ring. Yes, I love diamonds. I love things that sparkle, and I wanted it big. So I actually saw this ring on a blog years ago. Back to the question of when we started talking about marriage. Like, no, even more. It was at Equinox, so 5 years ago. I screenshot it.
5 years. So
5 years in September. I'm just like, okay, so 4.5 years ago, when I was working at Equinox, we had just started dating, and we mentioned that we started talking about marriage way early, so it was around the same time, I feel like. I don't know if I was looking for rings or if I saw this ring. I saw it on a blog, I screenshotted it, and then I sent it to him. And I was like, and I don't think I sent it right away. I think it was like a couple months later. But I was like, just in case, you need something for reference. But let's talk about the ring, unless you want to talk about it. All I know is the stone. The stone is a very, very light pink peach, and it is a morganite. So it is not a pink diamond, guys. Like, I know a lot of you are like, well, you got a pink diamond, you're balling. No, it's a pink morganite. I'm obsessed with it. I was very worried that it was going to be like too peach, and because I've seen, after I found that ring, I saw a lot of other rings that were morganite. So when I saw it, like, I just kept sending the same picture to him over and over and over because I didn't want anything different.
luckily for me, she didn't change her mind. Like, once she saw that, it wasn't like, oh, I wanted this one or I wanted another one that were completely different. Like, it was that one, and it was the same style, and everything was very consistent from the time I saw it the first time to like 2 weeks before proposing. So luckily she made it very easy and didn't change her mind and go back and forth between a bunch of things. But onto the ring and where I got it, what it is. So like you said, it is a cushion cut morganite with a diamond halo around the outside, and I got it. I can't thank enough Alex Bellman from Bellman Jewelers. I basically just sent him the screenshot that she sent me and kind of gave him the rundown of what she wanted, and he was like, yep, let's do it. That'll be no problem at all. And from the time I put the deposit down to getting the ring, it was like 3 weeks.
Crazy.
And he came down here to deliver it to me, and it was just incredible.
And funny story, I found out after, he is actually from New Hampshire.
Yeah, so Alex is his jewelry store and his business is in New Hampshire, where I'm from, about half an hour away.
That's crazy.
And so just funny how the world works, and he just did an awesome job. I can't thank him enough for the attention to detail and just the customer service that he provided. So if you are looking for a custom ring made, and he did it less expensive than any place else I was looking at. I looked at probably 3 or 4 other custom ring makers online. I just Googled custom engagement rings, and they were all crazy expensive. And he came in, quick turnaround, and it was absolutely amazing.
And it comes in a box with a little light, so when you're actually opening it, I'll insert it here so you guys can see. The light shines on the ring, and it just looks absolutely gorgeous. But I love it so much. Oh, it does have the diamonds on the band too, like the halfway. So it is what's it called, the halo?
The diamond halo around.
The diamond halo around the stone, and then on the actual ring, about halfway
it is
down.
8 millimeters by 10 millimeters. So it's 8 this way and then 10 this way. So it is a little bit oblong. Exactly. What she wanted, and
Never taking it off.
except when she works out.
Yeah, something like that. If we missed anything, please leave your questions down below so I can answer them, but we are so excited. Obviously, I want to make a wedding series, but I just don't know what you guys want to see. Obviously, I've never been through a wedding. I mean, I've planned some, but what do you guys care to see? The fittings, the cakes, like me just choosing destinations. Like, I feel like there's so many different things. I'd love to share the whole thing with you, but give me specifics, what kind of videos you want to see, and we'll start doing that. So I think that's it, right?
Yeah, leave any other questions you might have below, and we'll answer them. But we are super excited to
be engaged,
enjoy it, and
share it with you guys, because you guys have been here through the entire
the OGs,
process. So
for sure.
We love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you in the next one.